Hi everyone. Now the second question, and it is based on first PUC topic, the very first thing. How to apply dimensional analysis in solving numericals. So in this, the very first thing what we should know is it's all about what is principle of homogeneity. So principle of homogeneity says the simple thing is we can add or we can subtract only same dimensions. So we can add or subtract of same dimensions of same dimensions. So that means when you add like x plus or minus y or else xy plus or minus z, then from here the dimension of x must be equal to dimension of y, and here xy dimension must be equal to z. So the terms which are added or subtracted, they must have same dimension. That is what principle of homogeneity. Now many times they ask questions based on this principle of homogeneity. And here, to solve the questions based on that, you have to remember few basic quantities, their units and dimensions. And what are those basic quantities whose dimensions we must remember is the list is like the very first thing is it's all about distance, distance, displacement, radius, diameter, height, breadth, so on. Height, breadth, depth, whatever it is. For all of them, the dimension is L. Then next one is speed or velocity, and the dimension is L t power minus 1. Also acceleration, the dimension is L t power minus 2. And area means L square, and volume. Volume means this is volume. So this is velocity. Now volume means L power 3. So apart from this, the next thing is linear momentum. So linear momentum means M L t power minus 1. And then force, that is M L t power minus 2. And the other one is work or torque or energy. For all of them, the formula is ml square t power minus 2. And the last and final one, that is charge. So charge q equal to I into t. Now I into t nothing but a into t. So these are the 9 different quantities whose dimension you can remember. You have to remember so that you can solve any question based on the dimensions. Like here the main type of question how they will ask is how to check the correctness of an equation. So in every physics equation, so in every equation, one first thing is LHS dimension must be equal to RHS. Or you can take like each and every term must have same dimension. Just like you consider one simple example, S equal to UT plus half AT square. Now here S means L. UT means L t power minus 1 speed into T. Nothing but L, because t power minus 1 T both will get cancelled. And another one is half AT square. Half is constant, dimensionless. Acceleration means L t power minus 2. T square means t square. These two cancel. Again, what is the dimension? L. So like that, each and every term has the dimension same. Yes. And UT. and AT square. All the terms have same dimension. Based on this fact, they will ask the question. Also, one more thing, if A by B is dimensionless, implies dimension of A should be equal to dimension of B. And if AB is dimensionless, then dimension of A equal to 1 by dimension of B. So remember just these simple things so that we can solve questions. So let's see few questions how they'll ask. Like first question, which of the following does not possess the same dimension as that of pressure? So in physics, few quantities you can get it like they have the same dimension, means any set of two quantities may have the same dimension. Like here in the given question, the very first thing what they have given is pressure. Now the pressure, what is the definition? Force by area. Now stress, what is stress? That is also force by area. What is bulk modulus? Bulk modulus is, that is also same unit because stress by strain. But here the strain is dimensionless. The strain is dimensionless. So obviously bulk modulus must have same dimension like stress. Thrust is also force by area. Now energy density. Energy density means energy per unit volume. Now energy means, sorry, here a small mistake. Thrust is only force. Thrust means a force applied, not force by area. So thrust is having only force. But energy density means energy per unit volume. So energy density means energy by volume. Energy means force into displacement. And volume means area into length or force into length. So it is having the same dimension like force by area. So option A, B, D have same dimension as that of pressure. But option C is not having. So which option is correct here? Option C. That way you must have the idea of the dimension or formula of each and every equation in physics. Then only you can solve these questions. And anyhow you want to solve physics means you have to remember all the formulas. Without formulas we cannot solve the questions in the physics. Now the next thing is they can ask the dimension of any quantity in physics, where the method is you have to write the equation for that quantity first. Like here they are asking gravitational constant. Gravitational constant means capital G. You can take the equation as F r square by m1 m2 according to Newton's gravitational law, where F is force, R is distance, m1 m2 masses. Now F means force, already there in the list which I gave, first 9 quantities. R square means L square, m1 m2 mass, mm only, mm cancel. So this m goes up means m power minus 1, L square L cube, t power minus 2. Or else you can also choose the formula like the acceleration due to gravity is gm by r square. So g will become g r square by m. You can choose, but same answer will come. You choose the formula when there are multiple formulas for one quantity, such that the calculation will become less and the formula is simple. Like g is acceleration L t power minus 2, r square is L square by m. So again what you will get, m minus 1 L cube t power minus 2. Now let's see the third question. Given that y equal to a cos t by p minus px, where t represent time, following statement is true. Like the unit of x is same that of q, or x is same that of p, or t same that of q, they are asking. Here, whenever cos of theta or sine of theta, trigonometric functions comes, that theta is dimensionless. And here t by p minus qx should be dimensionless. That means t by p should be dimensionless. Let's just before I said a by b dimensionless means dimension of t should be equal to dimension of p, and q into x should be also dimensionless. That means dimension of Q should be equal to dimension of 1 by X. Just before I explain, like A by B dimensionless or AB is dimensionless, then you will get the answer. Now, one more question. The dimension of A by B in the given equation. So, here, take the given equation and cross multiply it. Like, now, PBX equal to A minus T square. Now, how many terms are there? 1, 2, 3. Where P is pressure, X is distance, and T is time. Now, we are trying to find the relation between A and B. So if you compare, all the terms must have same dimension. That means PBX dimension should be equal to A should be equal to T square. That means these two must have same dimension. Then PX should be equal to A by B. That means A by B dimension should be same as P into X, where P means pressure. Pressure means force by area. Force is ml T power minus 2 by area L square. Both are there in our list. And X is distance L. So L cancel. L cancel. So M T power minus 2. So this way, you remember those 9 quantities. You remember each and every formula in the physics. Then you can solve. And it's like a damn sure question in the NEET entrance. Every time they used to give one question. Now sometimes they can ask question randomly based on any formula. And I suggested already to remember all the formulas. Like here they have given the dimension of one quantity half epsilon naught E square. And if you know all the formulas in entire class 1, class 11 and class 12, then half epsilon naught E square is energy density. Energy density means energy per unit volume. That is nothing but force by area, just before we have seen. That means M L T power minus 2 by L square, nothing but M L minus 1 T power minus 2. So this way, have memory, revise everything, remember, then you can do all these things. So please try to understand how the question is giving. So it's all about principle of homogeneity and what are all the quantities we have to remember and how to check the correctness of an equation. So, and here I have given 5 questions as assignment also. Please just try to do all the questions. So we'll meet next time with the next lecture.